Hey ladies, welcome to day 4 of the Resolution Reboot. And today what we're going to be doing is 45 seconds on and 15 seconds rest. So over the past couple days, what we've been doing is increasing your work output and decreasing your rest output. So just letting you know where we're going with that. Let's see, today we have one circuit. It's 5 exercises in length, and we're going to be doing that 4 times. So unfortunately, Gary has decided not to join us today. He did really enjoy yesterday's workout, but he is not joining us today. Maybe we'll see him again later on in the week. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. 10 seconds to start. We're going to start out with walkouts. For 45 seconds. So just walk out into a plank position. Make sure your hands are equal distance from each other. So in other words, you don't want one hand to be further out than the other when you're doing your walkout. And then also make sure that when you're finishing, that you're coming up to a full stand, just to take some pressure off of your lower back. If you want to, you can do a push-up in this position. All right, 15 seconds rest. And then we're going to do squat, pivot, lunge. So in this move, this is the first time that we're doing it, I think. And go ahead and start. You're going to squat. Make sure your feet are wide enough. Pivot on your toes. Go to the side, lunge, face forward, squat, other side, lunge. And just keep going ahead. This is the first time we're doing squats, so just make sure that you ease into it. You have 15 seconds left. 5, and stop. Next is reverse snow angel. So you're going to be lying on your stomach. Hands above your head. Feet affixed to the ground, and you're pulling your arms up as high as they possibly go. This is an exercise that you could really just phone in and just move your arms back and forth and say this isn't doing anything. And so what you really want to do is make sure that you're trying to contract your back as much as you can. So get those arms as high as you possibly can. Your head can be relaxed on the mat or up. It's completely up to you. Awesome. And you're done. Next, we are doing Russian twists. So, if you have an object like a ball or a can or something like that, you can hold it in your hands. If you don't, just interlock your fingers, and I want you touching the mat on either side of your hip. Now, with this exercise, you can go back further, and that way you don't have to rotate as much. Or you can come up, but then you really have to rotate. Going back is going to be a little bit more tension on your abs, but you won't have to rotate as much. Your feet can be up in the air, or they can be down on your mat. It's completely up to you. You can start out with your feet up in the air and then put them down as the move gets more difficult. We have 10 seconds left. All right, and jumping jacks are last. 5 seconds to start. Not much to say about jumping jacks. Just do what you can. 30 seconds. $20, 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Okay, so that's our circuit. You know where you're going. We're going to do that 3 more times. Starting with walkouts. In 5. So again, with walkouts, make sure that you're, when you're in the down position, in the fully extended, that your hips come down, that you're not tucking up. Your legs can be bent when you're coming back and when you're walking out, when you're walking out and when you're walking back. They do not have to stay straight. They can if you want to. And make sure that you're pressing through your entire palm so that you don't cause any wrist problems. Awesome. Okay, squat, pivot, lunge. Starting in 3. And now that I'm warmed up a little bit, I feel like I can go a little bit further in my squat. You want your hips as low as your knees. Remember to sit back. Get a full range of motion. It's not about how fast you do this. It's about how well you do it. 15 seconds. 5. Awesome. All right, snow angels are next. Really try to get those arms as high as you can. And stop. The reason that we're doing those is that it's really difficult to do no equipment based back exercises that are body weight. Sure, you can do rows with a suspension trainer. Oh, we're doing Russian twist, sorry. Rows with a suspension trainer or pull-ups, but those are really difficult. Hip to hip. Ten seconds. Awesome. Jumping jacks are next. 5 seconds to start. Halfway. 15, 10, 5, and start. We're halfway done with our workout. Going back to walkouts. You can do a push-up if you'd like to. You don't have to. Five seconds. Squat, pivot, lunge. Five seconds to start. Try to make sure that your knee comes directly over your heel when you're doing your lunges. Chest up, shoulders back. So try not to lean forward when you're doing your lunges. 5 seconds. And we're back to snow angels. Really try to get your arms as high as you can. You can do this. And stop. Good. Russian twister next. Hip to hip. Feet can be up in the air or down. Really get a good rotation. And your shoulders are tracking with your arms. So in other words, you're not keeping your shoulders forward while your arms move. You're moving your shoulders at the same time. 10 seconds. Ooh. 5. And stop. Good. Jumping jacks are last. Starting in 5. 30 seconds. Fifteen. 10. 5. Awesome. One more time. 5 minutes of work left. Less than that. Okay, walkouts. One of the things about this exercise is that it really does test your hip flexibility. So bending down, walking your arms out. It's definitely a core exercise and a little bit of cardio, but you're really getting into those hips and hamstrings. Awesome. Okay, squat, pivot, lunge. Starting in 3, squat, pivot, squat, pivot, lunge, pivot, squat, pivot, lunge, pivot. Again, make sure you're doing a full range of motion. I don't care how many you do. I care about that you're getting a good range of motion. Try to get your thighs parallel to the ground when you're doing both your squats as well as your lunges. 15 seconds. And stop. Good. 3 more exercises and you're done. Snow angels are next. Really get those arms as high as you can. You're almost done. Good. V-sit. Again, make sure that your shoulders are tracking with your arms. They're staying in line. And you can do whatever you want to with your head. If it makes you dizzy going side to side, that's fine that you keep that forward. But just do make sure that your shoulders are going side to side as well. Again, I don't care how many you're doing. I care about the range of motion that you have. 10 seconds. Awesome. Jumping jacks are last. And then you're done. 45 seconds of work. 30 seconds. You can do it. You're halfway. 5. And you're done. All right, like the past couple times, I'm gonna do a little bit more stretching. If you don't wanna join me, you don't have to, but I'm gonna do that now. So, oh, gotta turn that on. So, oftentimes people have lower back problems because their hamstrings and, well, their psoas, their hip flexors are tight. And what happens is when your hip flexors are tight, they're pulling down and pushing, tipping your hips back. And that can put a lot of pressure on your lower back. So what I want to do right now is just show you how, if you find that you're having tight hamstrings or a tight lower back, that you may want to try stretching your hip flexors, and that can sometimes alleviate the pain in your lower back and or your hamstrings. So I'm going to show you 2 stretches that we're going to do right now. First, I want you to lie down on your mat, on your stomach, and what you're going to do is you're just going to bend your knee and grab your foot and pull your foot towards your body. Don't twist it out to the side. Make sure it's in line with your knee. And you should feel a good stretch in your quad. Depending on how tight your hips are, or your hip flexors, or your quads, you might be able to pull that leg up from the ground. I can't. And let's switch sides. So just grab. If you can pull your leg up from the ground, feel free to do that. Otherwise, just go as far as you can. If you can't grab your foot, you can grab your foot with a towel, loop the towel around your foot, and pull on the towel. That's totally fine too. All right, and then the other stretch we're going to do is a runner's lunge. So you may need to double up your mat and then kneel on that doubled up part. Bring one foot in front of you so that you're kneeling on one and have the other foot in front. And what you're going to do is you can place both your hands on your top knee and just bring your hips forward and down. And you should feel a good stretch in that hip flexor. Again, try to bring your chest up, shoulders back, so that you're creating even more length in that muscle. And just bring your hips down as far as you possibly can. As you breathe, just relax into it. And release. And let's do the other side. Good job today, guys, ladies. Let's see, today was day 4. So we're almost in the middle here. Good job. Thanks for sticking with me. And you're done. Good job today.